Karnataka and the latest development amid the row over the Bitcoin scam. Earlier today, State Home Minister spoke to Mirror Now, claiming that several Congress leaders had called him, saying that the Youth Congress presidential elections were hacked by the Bitcoin scam main accused or his accomplices. The State Home Minister also alleged that Congress leaders in question had even complained over the issue to the state party president.
ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಕಾರ್ಯಕರ್ತರು ನನಗೆ ಫೋನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
ಓಕೆ,
ನಮ್ದು ಕೂಡ ಯೂತ್ ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ಸಿನ ಪ್ರೆಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ನಡೀತು, ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ನಲ್ಲಿ ನಡೆದಿತ್ತು. ಅದು ನಮ್ಗೆ ಆಶ್ಚರ್ಯ ಆಗುವಂತ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಒನ್ ಸೈಡೆಡ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ವೋಟ್ಗಳೆಲ್ಲ.
ಓಕೆ,
ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಈಗ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಹ್ಯಾಕಿಂಗ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಅನುಮಾನಗಳಿದ್ದಾವೆ.
ಓಕೆ,
ಅದನ್ನು ಈ ಹಿನ್ನೆಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ ನೀವು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ನನಗೆ ಫೋನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು.
ಓಕೆ,
ನಾನು ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಅವ್ರೇ ಈಗ ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು ಕಂಪ್ಲೇಂಟ್ ಕಳ್ಸ್ಕೊಡಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದೆ ನಾನು. ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ಅವರ ಪ್ರೆಸಿಡೆಂಟಿಗೆ ನಾವು ಕಂಪ್ಲೇಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದೀವಿ, ಇದು ಎನ್ಕ್ವೈರಿ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ.
ಓಕೆ,
ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ನಾನು ಅದೇ ಹೇಳಿದೆ, ಈಗ ಹ್ಯಾಕಿಂಗ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಜಾಪ್ರಭುತ್ವ ವಿರೋಧಿ ಇದಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ನಾಳೆ ಯಾವ ಎಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಏನು ಆಗ್ಬಿಡ್ಬೋದು. ಈ ಪ್ರಕರಣದಲ್ಲಿ ತಾವು ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡೋದಾದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಈ ಕೊಟ್ಟಂತ ಕಂಪ್ಲೇಂಟ್ ಅನ್ನ ಅವರ ಅಧ್ಯಕ್ಷರು ನಮ್ಗೆ ಪೊಲೀಸಿಗೆ ಕಳಿಸಿದ್ರೆ
ಓಕೆ,
ನಾವು ಎನ್ಕ್ವೈರಿ ಮಾಡಿಸಬಹುದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೀನಿ.
Now the Congress is stating that, the senior leaders in the Congress party are stating that the hacking could not have been possible because at the time the accused, that is Sri Krishna, was in the police custody, sir.
ನಾನು ರಿಪೋರ್ಟ್ ತರ್ಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ನೋಡ್ಬೇಕು. ನಾನು ಅದನ್ನ ಶ್ರೀಕಿನೇ ಹ್ಯಾಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾನೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಲ್ಲ.
ಓಕೆ,
ಈಗ ಶ್ರೀಕಿನ ಅವ್ರ ಕಡೆಯವರೇ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ರು. ಅವ್ರ 2 ಲೀಡರ್ಸ್ ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಜೊತೆಗೂ ಸಿಕ್ಕಾಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾನೆ. ಬಹುಶಃ ಈ ಟೆಕ್ನಾಲಜಿ ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ದವರು ಅವ್ರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ಯಾರೋ ಇರಬಹುದು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ನನಗೂ ಅನುಮಾನಗಳಿದ್ದಾವೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಶ್ರೀಕಿ ಅವತ್ತು ಇಲ್ದೇ ಇದ್ರು ಕೂಡ ಮತ್ತೆ ಯಾರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಹ್ಯಾಕಿಂಗ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕೂಡ ಪರಿಶೀಲನೆ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ.
ಓಕೆ, ಓಕೆ.
Karnataka Congress President D.K. Shivakumar has hit back at the State Home Minister's claims that members of his party had approached the minister and asked him to probe those polls. Now, D.K. Shivakumar has said that the Home Minister must probe the charges first and rubbish claims that the polls were hacked, as Sri Krishna, who is the main accused, was in jail at that point of time.
There is an allegation by various leaders on record that the names of various ministers, including the Chief Minister, family, MPs, some other names have also been the party president name, and everything has been there. He doesn't know when he was in jail. He should have a basic common sense what he speaks. First, let the Home Minister inquire about a complaint which has been already come out in the media. One by one minister who was, I don't remember his name. Various leaders' names have come there. BJP names have come there. Let him first take a suo motu case on that complaint which has been written to the Prime Minister. Then we will discuss on the Youth Congress.
Okay, my colleague Neha Hebale joins us for more on this. Neha, you spoke to the Home Minister. It was a startling allegation, but the slight detail that the time frame that he talks about was when Sri Krishna was in jail under the scanner once again.
That's absolutely right, Aarti. The Karnataka Home Minister earlier today, said that several Congress leaders have been calling him, complaining that the Youth Congress president elections, which was held in January this year, the online voting system of this election was hacked, favoring a particular candidate. Let's remind you that the two candidates going up against each other in these elections was Raksha Ramaya as well as Muhammad Nalpad, who's again a close aide of Sri Krishna. Now, Aarti, what also the Home Minister has said is that he's directed all of these Congress leaders who've been calling him to file an official complaint, a formal complaint with the police, based on which investigation can be taken up. Now, let's go back to what the Congress president over here has said, and he's gone on to say that the Home Minister is merely using this as a diversion tactic because there was no way that Sri Krishna could have hacked into the system unless he was given a computer or a laptop by the government during his time in the police custody. So this puts the highlight now back on what he said about how the government of Karnataka has not been interrogating or has not been, looking into a certain letter that's gone viral over here. Now, what was this letter? Why did it create so much uproar? This was a letter that was written by a whistleblower to the Prime Minister's office, stating the names of a few BJP leaders over here who had some alleged involvement to this Bitcoin scam. Now, this letter was in fact, completely sidelined, and this was not looked into, is what he said. So he's basically asking the government not to, divert the issue over here and bring back the name of Mohammed Nalpad, whose links have already been established, and instead focus on the Bitcoin scam. Now, what's even bigger over here, Aarti, in this entire matter is that, while we are seeing how the politics of this has been playing out on the investigation front, Sri Krishna today, who's out on bail, continues to walk free. And more importantly, the case has been transferred to the central agencies for investigation. But even as the barbs continue in all of this also, we saw how the police commissioner today has reacted to the allegations that were leveled by the Congress.
Okay, in fact, Neha, we'll delve just a little bit more into those the response coming in from the Bengaluru police, but just stay with us because there's another aspect, as you were mentioning, and the Congress leader who's been linked to the Bitcoin accused, Sri Krishna, has spoken out. Mohammed Nalpad has reacted to the Karnataka Home Minister's allegations, saying that the minister must explain how Sri Ki was involved in hacking elections while he was still in jail.
So, first and foremost, I have not denied that I know Sri Ki at any point or any given instance. I've come out in the open and said that I have known him, but I didn't know what he used to do or what his profession was. And nowhere in his charge sheets or in his crime voluntary statement he says that we have done any crime or helped him in any crime. Yeah. So, as being part of the center, being in the city for grown up here, everybody in the city knows us. Yeah. So there is nothing that is wrong to know someone. If we have done some crime or if we have helped him do something, it is a different story. And now coming to the statement that the Home Minister is saying, when my elections happened was on Jan 11th, 10th, 11th, 12th was the polling. February 4th was the result. November 4th, Sri Ki was taken into custody, and April something he was released. So during the whole election tenure, he was in jail. So I would like to ask whether the jails are now equipped with laptops and Wi-Fi and things like that for him to hack from there.
And Bengaluru Police Commissioner has also responded to the Congress's charge against the police department. The police commissioner there has said it is absolutely a false claim and clarified that seized bitcoins were transferred to the police wallet in the presence of Panchas, and the same was informed in court. Now, this, of course, comes on Wednesday after Congress leader Priyank Kharge raised questions on this matter. Neha is still with us for more. Neha, of course, a lot of blame game happening or a lot of finger pointing between the BJP and the Congress. But in this new allegation, or rather in this new direction or angle to the story, there is also the police department that has come under question.
Well, that's right, Aarti. We've seen ever since the scam broke out, or ever since it came to light with the arrest of Sri Krishna in November 2020, while initially, of course, the Congress started targeting the BJP government over here for not doing enough and, for not investigating the case properly. Now we've seen the shift of the allegations also to the police department, and, how they've faltered in this investigation is what the Congress has constantly been bringing up. However, it is important to clarify over here that this is the second such statement that the police commissioner has put out, just in a span of 1 week now. And this statement also goes on to highlight how the claims that have been made by the Congress are false, and how, in fact, this has just merely, that there's no real truth to these claims. Now, what remains important over here, Aarti, is that, while everybody is talking about the Bitcoin, scam scam, about the Bitcoin case. The Karnataka Home Minister right now, hasn't really divulged the facts of this case. That is what we're looking at, be it in terms of, the police reverting or the police responding to the allegations, or in fact, even actually reverting to the questions that have actually been raised by the Congress. So on the investigation front, we still see that, yes, while the case has been transferred to the central agencies, there is a lot of blame game happening over here. And it's not only to do with Sri Krishna, but in fact, now we're also seeing the role of his accomplices. That's Robin Khandelwal. There's a person by name Sujay. There's also another person by name Hemant. And what role each of these people had to play, and how now their roles are also coming forward, Aarti. And this is just getting, unfurled day by day, as also we've accessed the charge sheet and all of the, claims that are mentioned in the charge sheet as well.
Okay, Neha, thank you so much for bringing us all those updates. Of course, it's a story that has taken several twists and turns. There's political charges. There's also questions about the functioning of the police department in a case that has been spanning several years. Slipping into a short break now, but stay tuned for more.